It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
Here's the snap, back to pass, blitz coming. Allen steps up in the pocket, 40, 30, down to the 20. Allen looking for the end zone, and he's in for a 40-yard touchdown rip. The beast has been released.
3rd and 3, Chicago 41. Love in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick throw, and Rocket. Got Watson cutting left to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the house, for the touchdown. Christian Watson, when 9 equals number 1 receiver. My goodness, that popped for 41 yards.
Warren is to the right of Rodgers in the shotgun, gets a snap, back to pass, throws to Warren in the right flat, wide open, scooting down the right sideline, has room, there is nobody there, and he's in for the score. Jalen Warren, a short pass out to the flat, and he goes 38 yards in for the touchdown.
At the 5, it's Puka again! On one play, a 31-yard strike, Puka Nacua with a new career high in touchdowns.
First and goal from the 5, handoff. Dare trying to dance between the tackles, taking it across the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. 5-yard run. Dare Ogunbowale. The Texans retake the lead on Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium.
Highlights from a full day of NFL football. The Chiefs, the door was open for them, PK. Jaguars beat the Colts, who had a playoff spot, beat them 36-19. Indy's lost 3 in a row, 4 out of 5 after an 8-2 start. They're crashing, and Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. Looks like the Colts will fall out, and there is a path open for the winner of the Houston-Kansas City game, and the winner is Houston.
The door's been open all season.
KC just keeps dropping the ball.
Right. I mean, I don't think this is any different than any other one. All equal the same. The door's been open for 3 months, and they have not gone through it.
They have not gone through it, taking their 7th loss.
They're just not good enough. It had to come to an end sometime.
Yep. And is the Bills' defense good enough? We heard Josh Allen. He had another massive performance, and they beat the Bengals 39-34, but they gave up 32 points to Tampa Bay, 30 to Miami, 40 to Baltimore. That defense has been a problem multiple times this year.
Yeah, I don't remember those games. I thought Joe Burrow was outstanding. I mean, he had one bad pick. The other one was a tip pass that got intercepted. With him in the lineup, he's pretty good. They're pretty good. Much better than they have been, for sure. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know that there's a perfect team out there. If you have one, let me know. I'll put money on it.
Rams are 10-3. Now, they just had a hiccup, so they're certainly not perfect, but they annihilated the Cardinals 45-17. Puka Nacua with 2 more touchdown catches, another ton of yards in that game for him, as the Rams have regained their form and are flying again. They are 10-3, as are the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams beat the Seahawks once. They've got to play a second time here. The Seahawks tied at 6 at halftime, a bunch of field goals. And then the former Weber State Wildcat, Rashid Shaheed, takes the third quarter kickoff back for a touchdown, and the route is on. Seahawks pull away and win 37-9 when it was 6-6 at the half. Jordan Love, fourth quarter touchdown drive to snap a 21-all tie. The Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears 28-21 to take over the division lead in the highly competitive NFC North. They're a half game up on Green Bay and a game and a half up on Detroit. Monday Night Football, Eagles and the Chargers. Eagles got off to a great start, but they are 8-4 and have lost back-to-back games to the Cowboys and Bears. Can they fly cross-country and right the ship, or do they take a third straight L? Chargers sitting in a wild card spot in the AFC. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
Direct snap to LJ. LJ Martin gets to the 5, the 4, the 3, 2, 1, the end zone! Touchdown! Wildcat LJ Martin took the snap and took it in for 6.
Snap back to Dickey. He's in. Touchdown, Red Raiders. completely untouched off the right side. Morton from the shotgun, going to throw it. Right side, it's caught by Aiken. He stays in bounds, heads downfield to the 10, cuts back 5, touchdown Red Raiders. That will do it.
Well, PK started out so promising, 14-play touchdown drive, and then it was pretty much all Texas Tech. Ended up 34-7 after 29-7 the first time. Ended up a very similar final score and a similar feeling. Texas Tech is a lot better. And again, BYU really struggled to block those guys. The line of scrimmage, they just kept getting into the backfield so quickly.
They turned the ball over 4-0. I mean,
Yep.
if you're gonna lose that battle 4-0, you're gonna get beat just about by anybody. Yeah, good for Tech. I mean, they purchased a team and they got it, man. I was on the rent-a-car shuttle yesterday morning, and I get on there, and this is a guy, Texas Tech fan, and he's talking to the driver. This guy's probably in his 40s, the fan, and he's just going to town, just like you just accomplished something, right? He's still fired up. He might have still been a little drunk. And so I sit next to him, and you know how most luggage, it's black, and they all look alike?
Yeah.
So my wife has this little button that you put on the top, and it's about as big as a thumb.
Right, but it just gives you a little something different.
It's an ASU thing, right?
Right.
So I said to the guy, I said, well, who'd they lose to? Oh, they lost to Arizona State, but we didn't have we lost to Arizona State. We didn't have a quarterback, and we don't have a quarterback, blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't see what I'm pointing at. And we get off the bus on the sidewalk. I said, I wanted you to look at this. I was just playing with you. Oh, I see. I don't think that's very funny.
Dude, you just won the conference title. You're going to be a 4 seed.
I know. I mean, he kind of got my face a little. Whoa, dude. Jeez. When I was going in the stadium, I saw a sign that said in the back of a truck, Cody Campbell for president.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, there he is on the field holding the trophy. He literally is the most important person in that program.
Without him, where would they be?
Yeah, there'd be 8 wins.
8-4.
Like they knew.
Yeah,
they
8-4. Fourth place in the conference.
Yeah.
Fifth place in the conference.
But that's the system, and they got a job done. And BYU, I don't think they're ever going to get in. They weren't. We can get to that. I know we got this thing we got to get through, and then we got the guests. So the whole objective is to finish it. But so much to say.
Second team out of the college football playoff. They finished 12th in the final rankings, and now they get Georgia Tech in the Pop-Tarts Bowl because Notre Dame opted out of playing in a bowl game. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
2 receivers to the right for the Dogs. Now we bring Cash Jones in motion to the left. Here comes pressure. They blitz. We throw it to Branch. Oh, he cuts back to the left. 10, 5, 1. Touchdown. Touchdown. Zachariah Branch.
And Mendoza takes the snap. Wants to throw it. Fires it down the field. It's for Elijah Surratt. He makes the catch. Touchdown. Elijah Surratt, 17-yard pick for a TD. And Indiana's back on top.
Now can you get a stop? Morris tossed to the right. They want to throw back. It's Taylor. Wants to take a shot. Fires downfield. It's intercepted. Luke Burkett with the pick. And the Blue Devils, for the first time in 36 years, are champions of the ACC.
Duke knocks Virginia out. Beats them in the overtime after blowing it there in the fourth quarter. It's horrible clock management, but whatever. They got the pick. They won the game, so they opened the door for James Madison to get in. How impressed with you with Indiana going head-to-head with Ohio State and a scoreless fourth quarter, 13-10. Somewhere Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler are nodding. That's the way football ought to be. Big Ten slugfest, grinding it out, old school style.
That would be down there. I know where both those guys are.
down there.
You don't punch a player and go to the top of the heavens.
There
Come
you
on.
go.
Charlie Bauman would be able to testify to that. It was a great game. I don't see, but for Ohio State, whoop-de-doo. What did it mean? It didn't mean anything.
They're the 2 seed.
Who cares?
Yeah, they weren't even in the conference title game last year, and they won the national title. So,
yeah.
Bowl matchups are out. Utah's going to play Nebraska in the Vegas Bowl December 31st. Utah State will play Washington State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl December 22nd. Washington State's already lost their coach to Iowa State. So, see what kind of a performance they're able to turn in. You even care about the bowl games? There's the expanding playoff just completely overshadowing these. And we got multiple teams opting out. Notre Dame, Iowa State, Kansas State.
Yeah.
I forget players opting out. We got whole teams opting out now.
And you think that's bad?
I don't know. It's a loss of tradition, and that sucks because it was pretty cool. It wasn't that surprising with Iowa State losing their coach. I mean, Kansas State, the coach is retiring. Maybe the players don't want to play. I don't know. Maybe they knew they were going to lose a lot of players. I mean, it sucks, but it just seems like where everything is going.
I got to get to the Jazz.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah Jazz.
Run back, communicate. If the coverage is switch. If you are weak side, your job is to help. I try not to nitpick. Our league's hard. Being a young player in our league is especially hard. And so we try to set up some pretty core things that we want to see executed on both sides of the ball. I didn't feel like we got that.
Jazz blown out by the Knicks Friday, blown out by the Thunder last night, and they wasted no time, PK. It was 23-0 in New York. It was 41-13 after one quarter. It was 45-20 last night, and there's a video out there somebody took from behind the bench of Will blasting them when it's 10-1. About just bleep and try. He's sick of doing this every night.
I was embarrassed for the entire organization, top to bottom.
Yeah.
They had the smoke going off, whatever it was. That was embarrassing. The clocks weren't working. Players didn't show up.
Other than that, it was perfect.
It was an embarrassing night. They, as a franchise, and I know we're supposed to cheerlead, but as a franchise,
it was an embarrassing night.
I don't know that I've ever been more embarrassed for them. And you got Hardy. I'm glad that thing came out.
I know.
If you're there and you can't even try, I don't care that Clayton scored or Hendricks made a three-pointer. Who gives a flying, as Will Hardy would say? So what? The other team, which half of his team wasn't even there playing?
Yeah, no.
And that's the best you can do?
Yep.
And he has to call you out for playing hard, and you're receiving. We're not supposed to talk about the money. No, can't ever mention that. And they're making millions, a lot of them, and that's what they do? That's what they show up for?
And it was absolutely nothing. That's what they did.
That was a disgrace.
Nothing.
The whole night, top to bottom, was a disgrace. And I don't take any joy in saying that because I'd much rather have them win. I must have got asked 15 times over the weekend, flying down there on Friday, being down there on Saturday. Are you rooting for BYU today? But hey, PK, you rooting for BYU today? I said, root for them all the time. I mean, I don't have any personal interest. I couldn't care less. But the fact is, it's better when they win. Yeah, and so I want them to win. And now they got Austin there, and I like him as a person. I've known him for over 20 years, his father too, and Jay-Z and these guys. Yeah, I want to see them do well. I don't know Hardy. He didn't know me from the man on the street. He wouldn't have any idea who I am. But I want to see them do well. But if they're not, if that's what they're going to show up for, they're going to get called out on it.
Atrocious. Now they get to stew in that until Friday when they play at Memphis. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Lakers beat the Sixers 112-108. LeBron, after that 8-point game that snapped his double-digit scoring streak, went for 29. Luka had 31 and 11. Nuggets keep it rolling. They beat the Hornets 115-106. Jamal Murray had 34 in that game. And Giannis Antetokounmpo expected to miss 4 weeks with his calf strain. That's according to Doc Rivers. So, see you for 2026. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college basketball.
Utah State, 8-1. They lost their first game, but they bounced back, routing Charlotte 79-53. Mason Falslev with 22 points to lead the way. Weber State blitzed by St. Thomas, Minnesota, 88-65 on the road. And Utah beat Cal Baptist 91-85. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Contemporary Baseball Era Committee votes Jeff Kent into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Dale Murphy appeared on just 6 of the 16 ballots. You needed 12. Kent's the only one who gets across the line and gets in. I never would have predicted that, PK. I didn't really have a burning to see Jeff Kent in the Hall of Fame, but there he is.
But you have a burning to see Dale Murphy in?
Yeah, a local guy, and we know him, and there's been so much talk about it. And talk from more than just local people. It seems like there was a groundswell of support, but there wasn't inside the committee, that's for sure. And I wondered how the steroid guys would do and all that, but it's only Jeff Kent.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that Dale Murphy didn't get more run. And I wish that we could have all this stuff be public. If the public cares about it, the voters need to explain what their thinking is.
The good news is with those 6 votes, he stays on the ballot.
And he's a long way. How long is it? You get 10 years on the regular ballot.
Yeah.
At some point, it gets watered down.
Yeah, but
if you keep voting 55 times and then you're now on another committee and the Veterans Committee and this committee, does it really mean as much?
The steroid guys have essentially all been aced out now with them falling below 5 votes.
Well, just these steroid guys.
Well, sure. Okay, fair.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Offensively, if you want to score in that league, you need to get in the eyes of the goalie. You need to disturb the defense a little bit more, and we were a little bit too perimeter.
Utah Mammoth beat the Vancouver Canucks 4-1 Friday, but they get shut out in Calgary 2-0 as they end their season-long 6-game road trip. Now they come home for a while. They got the Kings at the Delta Center tonight. Puck drops at 7 o'clock, and coverage starts at 6 o'clock right here on The Zone. What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up, Notre Dame opting out of the bowl. Malik Zaire, former Notre Dame quarterback, co-host of the Lucky Lefty podcast, will join us next. Shahan Jayaraja, CBS Sports National College football writer at 8 o'clock. Stay with us.